This Pyrus Lumino Dragonoid has seen better days, guys. Yeah, he's got a lot of paint that is not right, and some incredible dust. So in this episode, we're going to be trying to restore this guy. So I bought this on eBay from a seller. I knew he was messed up. I bought him, I think he was like $17 plus some tax and shipping or whatever. And I knew that this was bad, and I knew the feet were bad. However, the description did not say that his head was loose and like starting to fall apart. This pin is like sliding out, and that this wing does not like to shut very well. So he's got all kinds of issues. I spent like the better half of like 25-30 minutes before the video kind of just looking him over and developing a plan of action. So in this episode, you're gonna see basically a total restoration. We're gonna open him up, clean him, repaint him and everything, and hopefully get him functioning again like normal, or at least semi-functional. I can definitely make him look nice again, but in terms of like fixing this wing, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so you're gonna see what a BAKUGAN looks like when it gets opened and all that good stuff. So for today, we're gonna be using this screwdriver with a flathead on there to open him up. Put that to the side. We are also going to be using a bunch of Q-tips, so Q-tips just to clean him. I found these might be the safest way to get that dust off of him. I've got some tissues here just in case I need to wipe or do anything like that. And then I have a little Tupperware container. You can't really see this, hold on. Little Tupperware container. Now this right here is half 70% isopropyl alcohol, half just plain old water. The reason I did this is because normally I do a lot of like paints with isopropyl alcohol. It works fantastic for getting paint up and all that stuff, but because we're working on plastic, just trying to get dust off and like maybe some like pencil right there in this wing you can't really see. Just because we were trying to do that, I decided to cut that in half just to, you know, not further injure the plastic or the paint that's already there, because that yellow paint on the wings are perfectly fine. That should hopefully minimize what's happening there. The isopropyl alcohol in general is pretty easy on the BAKUGAN, but just to be safe, I want to do that. So I'm going to leave all this to the side, all my cleaning supplies to the side, and the first thing we're going to do actually is open him up. So I'm going to try and get a good angle of this, and yeah, we'll jump right into it, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is locate some screws. So as you can see, Lumino's got 2 screws here. These wings pop back, very similar to Helix. So these 2 screws are going, and what I assume is going to be inside is the typical deploying mechanism all BAKUGAN have, which is connected to the magnet. And there seems to be another magnet here. I can kind of feel it pulling on my screwdriver. So we're just gonna have to be careful and remember where all these parts are. And as well as keep in mind, this pin right here is very loose and will probably come undone during this process. All right, so let's go ahead and open them up. All right, and I'm going to put these screws in a safe spot so that they don't go missing later. So now we have this Lumino kind of popped open. Now we are going to try and shimmy the bottom part of him off. So it should pop open like this. Again, we just need to be very careful and remember where the pieces go. Ooh, look at that dust. That is insane. That is so much dust. Okay, yeah, like he's seen way better days. So it looks like these wing pieces are connected on some little pins. So they pop right off. Okay. Oh my gosh, look. This wing's just falling apart right here. Do you see this? This pin just fell off. Holy crap. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that this just... Yep. Okay. Wow. It's just so eaten up. Alright, here's some of our magnet. Appears to be another pin here. Not even sure where that connected from. We will figure that out. here's the spring right here. And then of course the feet, which usually are pretty well connected into the body of the Bakugan right here. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues there, but like that needs some major cleaning, especially along here, there, and just all these grooves. This is way worse than I anticipated. I mean, he's literally falling apart. Some of the plastic feels a tad bit weak too, so we just need to be very careful. I'm going to try and organize my pieces. So let's see what I can do here. Okay, so I've got these bag pieces semi-organized. Now comes the interesting part. So this dude is, like, the head of him is quite literally falling apart on this pin. So I think I can honestly probably pull the pin out. Let's see. I might need to switch my screwdriver to the other one. Yeah, hang on. So I managed to push it the other way instead, and boom, there we go. So this will go here. There is an important piece right here. Oop. Important piece right here, and then the rest of the head. So now what we have is basically bits of this Bakugan that we can now clean because they need to be cleaned desperately. So I'm going to just go over with the Q-tips and you will see a nice little cleaning montage. So enjoy. Alright, so I got everything better. Like, I don't think it's perfect because for some reason when it dries it still has like a dusty film, but I've been rubbing it and stuff and getting that off, so it's mostly clean. It's not gonna be perfect because of all those nooks and crannies, but it's better than nothing. So now what I'm going to do is take this silver Gundam marker, which I've used for everything. I absolutely love it. We're going to use this to restore the horns and the feet. This has a nice tip on it, so I think it should be okay, but just in case I have another brush just to get some smaller details and whatnot, because we're probably going to have to do that on the horns and the cracks of the feet. So that is what we're going to do next, is repaint and then wait for that to dry. Might take a couple coats and then we'll reassemble. So overall an easy job, just got to make sure everything fits back into place, is snug. From there, we'll see what else we have to do. So first up, Gundam marker. Okay, so managed to do a really nice first coat here with the Gundam marker. Overall, like, I'm pretty happy with it. It already looks 1,000 times better, but we may need to double check it and move the horns once everything dries to get some small spots, and as well as, you know, clean up some spots where I hit the head right there, just because the tip of the marker is so big. But we're going to put this over to the side to dry for at least a good hour or two, and yeah, let's get started on the feet. So the thing about these feet are they're a bit more complicated. You cannot remove them because of these specific screws, so getting them all the way around is going to be difficult because we want to get under two. So we're going to have to do them like kind of half awkwardly bent like this just to start getting an angle. You can already see the difference between the two sides. All right. And there are our feet for the most part. I will probably have to do some extra additional small touches that I just can't do on camera because it requires more focus and just, you know, getting right up into it and really focusing, and the camera's in the way and all that. So may have to do some small adjustments later on, but for now, we're gonna set this off to dry, and I'll do some small touch-ups off camera, and then I'll show you guys the results. Alright guys, so I just finished touching up all the different silver pieces, and as you can see, this is the result. I may need to do some small additional touches and let it set overnight, but I want to get this thing back together and at least see a semi-finished result, because what happens with this silver paint is when you touch it, it ends up kind of rubbing off, just in case your hands are sweaty or you just happen to hit it the wrong way. So I want to go ahead and just get like an idea for what it was going to look like. And overall, it's very good. It's not quite the same chrome that you see on the some of the versions of this. You either get like an opaque silver or you get a chrome. And this is kind of like an in-between of that. And I mean, for a restoration, it looks very good. So we're going to reassemble this. And I think I can do it. I think it should be pretty easy. I have a picture pulled up from the video I just filmed as reference, but I think I can do it pretty much without having too much trouble. And this is the part where we're also going to try and see if we can figure out what's up with this wing that wasn't sticking very well and all that other good stuff. So we're just going to be putting pins in and all that, and hopefully it should go easy. It'll probably take me a little longer than I want, but it'll get done. So we'll do another quick time lapse of the assembly. Alright, and mission complete. So the assembly actually wasn't too bad at all. All I had to do was fiddle around with a couple things. It took me maybe 20 minutes total. It really wasn't that bad. This pin is still loose, so I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. Maybe one of you in the comments knows what to do. I don't want to mess with the silver too much as it's still kind of drying. It probably needs to take 24 hours to really lock in. But I did test him. He does close. Everything works properly. This wing has some trouble staying shut. I've managed to get it to close a little bit better than what it used to, but it's still not perfect. So there is still some work to be done, but nothing that I can really do on camera right now. It's going to take some more planning. But overall, like, I think he looks a ton better. Just much more clean. The silver really brought him out and really fixed him up. And then let's see if I can get his wings back up as well, so you can get a shot like that. But yeah, I mean, that's Lumino. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. If you have a similar case like this, hopefully the video helps you. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, drop a comment on what else I can do to make him a bit more functional. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.